Welcome to Jessica Masion, the podcast. This is the Money Love Affair series. My name's Jess. I am your host. I am a women's empowerment coach, spiritual business mentor, wealth coach, and manifestation queen. And we are here to talk all things money, to help you expand your relationship with money, and to talk about it in a way that you have never heard of it spoken about before. This is where we do things differently. I'm so excited to have you here. Now buckle up, sit back, and enjoy the journey. Do you feel awkward or uncomfortable speaking about money? Like if it gets brought up as a big conversation, do you automatically shut down and turn inwards and go, oh, we should not be talking about this? Because we have actually been programmed to keep money a secret. To act like it's some big taboo thing that we should not be speaking about. And I mean, I don't know about you, but that has not served me in life. And I think it's something that we can just change. I think it's something that we need to change the story of so that we can move forward, because it's actually everywhere. Like it runs the world whether you like it or not. And to not speak about something so big and that holds such a big energy and frequency behind it, to just pretend like it doesn't exist or be ashamed about it does not make sense to me. It doesn't even make any sense. So why is money taboo? What is it specifically that makes money taboo? Is it that you've attached your worth to it? Is it that you believe that it's not polite to talk about? Are you afraid you'll make somebody else uncomfortable by speaking about it? Do you believe that people's opinions of you will change when they start speaking to you about it? There are an array of different possibilities, and they all really come from the same thing, that we don't believe we're worth talking about it. And that shows itself in frustration, in discomfort, when people show up and go, we shouldn't be talking about this, or you know, you hear about that conversation and somebody just completely shuts down. When they completely shut down when you start asking them about money. Like as a coach, it's really important to me where the money goes and the people that I'm working with, because I want them to build wealth for themselves, right? So if I ask you, where have you been spending your money? I mean that because I want to help you understand it, to build a relationship with it for you and yourself, to build that intimacy on like actually knowing with full certainty where every single dollar is going. So the first time I ever did this, I've always been a pretty savvy saver, not always, when I decided to start being one at 19. And so I first went and looked at, okay, cool, where am I actually spending my money? Specifically, I broke everything down, like for 3 months, a bank statement. I went, where is most of my money going? And you will be so surprised that like hundreds and hundreds of dollars was spent in those $2 transactions. That $3 here, $2 here, $5 there. That ended up to being hundreds and hundreds of dollars in a couple of months, because there was no awareness into where my money was going. And so as soon as I actually brought awareness to it, had a conversation with myself and went, where am I actually spending my money? Everything changed, and I was able to save so much more, because I was consciously spending it, consciously having it. And does this conversation make you uncomfortable right now? Like, for what purpose? We all have these problems. We all have these things with money that we get to solve and get to work on and get to build clarity towards. To not speak about it is just the wildest. It's the wildest thing to me. And I get it. I worked in corporate. Like, it's actually written in your contract that you can't speak about your pay to other people. Like, it's actually in the contract and you have to sign that. So if you do speak about it, you're like breaking your contract. Literally breaking the law, breaking the agreement by speaking about how much you earn. Isn't that funny? What a program that you can't even speak to people about how much you earn, even though that's actually the whole reason that you're there. Because if you weren't getting paid, you wouldn't be there. And they like to make it seem like that's not the case, and it is the case. And that's why everyone works, because we want money. We need money, we want money, it's how the world works. And yeah, you can choose work that you love, like I'm doing right now, I love this, and it helps me grow and it challenges me. And money is what helps the world go round. And I love teaching it. I love sharing it in a way that's different to how I've been taught it, to how I see people speak about it, in a way that's actually loving, in a way that's actually going to be best for you. Because it is so much deeper. It is so much deeper than just the surface of what you think it is. Like, yeah, it's about budgeting. It's about knowing your expenses. It's about forecasting and planning and saving and all of that stuff. Yes, sure, absolutely. It's so necessary. And it is just as much about energy, about love. Literally, I'll speak so much more into this in all the other episodes coming. Just you wait. It's called Money Love Affair for a reason, right? Oh, I'm so excited to be starting this series. You don't even know. Like, this download actually just came to me a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually a combination of everything that I've ever wanted to share. I've got it. So here we are. Here it is. On a silver platter, this is the first episode of what's to come. And that is so big. So big. And it's going to change your whole freaking life. I'm speechless on my own podcast. Because that's how much I know that this will change everything. Because it's something that we're not taught. And I love teaching it. And so that's why you're here. And if you're listening to this and you're like, okay, I need to listen to this money manifest training. It's checking my bio on Instagram. It'll be there. Because it's here for you. It's available for you and it will change your life. It will change your life. This is about taking that first step towards change, right? You don't actually have to climb the whole entire staircase right now. You just get to start. And you've actually started right now by listening to this, by challenging that mentality of, oh, we can't talk about money. We can talk about money. We should talk about money, which is why we will talk about money here, because it is safe too. And it's so beautiful. Like, it's so beautiful. If you look around the world, everything that you see has money behind it. Like, everything. Name one thing. There is money focused on it. Like, actually anything right now. I'd love to know something that doesn't exist. And so if you look at it like that, it's actually provided you with everything that you have to live. Everything. Like, everything. The nature, the forest, everything's been kept by somebody that's been paid to keep it. Even the most beautiful things. Who do you think keeps the beaches clean? Who do you think keeps the oceans clean? Yes, I guess you could say money created the problem, and it's actually also saving the problem. So it's not money that created the problem. It's the abuse in consumerism. It's the abuse in consumerism and needing more and taking more and that buy something, throw it out mentality, which is just marketing. That's just marketing and consumerism. That's not money's fault. Money didn't do that. Greed did that. Right? Which is a totally separate thing. We're talking about money. And that's probably actually where a lot of it has stemmed from. As I speak about this, I'm like, yeah, cool. I can see why people are blaming or have this resistance towards money. Because they can blame all of their problems on money. Like, I am broke. I can't afford this. What other language do people use that is literally putting down money? And literally, it's a relationship. It's a relationship. And so, like, imagine having a secret lover that you're just shutting out all the time. You feel, like, neglected by it and used by it and, like, you need it, but you don't really want it around, and you're kind of pushing it to the side, but annoyed that it's there and still need it, so you still go to it every now and then. It doesn't really feel great. I would not want a relationship like that. Like, I would not want a relationship like that. Like, right now, my standards in relationship are so high. Like, I'm talking king, queen standards in relationship, which means love and respect and support and beautiful communication and openness. And so if you want that in the rest of your life, bring it to your relationship with money. Let's stop making it taboo. Let's change the story. Like, right now, you get to change the story. Like, for what purpose are you going to continue playing the game of not talking about it, of being ashamed about it? Because it doesn't solve any problems. It doesn't solve any problems. And if you're attaching, I'm going to do a whole other episode of this, and it literally just came through before this episode, of a lot of people attach their worth to how much money they're earning, which 100% would perpetuate shame in talking about it. Like, guaranteed. Because if you feel like you're not earning enough compared to what you're worth, saying that might just trigger the pain inside of you, and you will go, get uncomfortable. Straight away, you'd shut down. Straight away, if you value yourself based on how much money you have, and you don't have as much money as you feel like you're valued to have, that's going to be frustrating. And can you see how you just created that problem? Like, it's just a problem that you've had around your worth. If you want more money, go create more money. And it's actually that easy. And am I saying you should know how to do it on your own? No. What I am saying is you have the resources to find out how. And you can create the time if you feel like you don't have the time to make it happen. It's just about how much you want it. So if you're not going to make more time for it, you're not going to have to take action and use resources to create more, then you're choosing to have what you have now, which means you should be okay with what you have now. Because if you're okay with what you have now, then you would be happy. And if you're not happy, and you're not okay with what you have now, and you're not actually doing anything to change it, then we can't help you. We can't help you. Only you can help you. And this is the thing, I feel like a lot of people love to complain about things. This was something I realized a long time ago when I was working full-time, around lots of people that do work full-time. There is so much complaining about your job. So much complaining about the work that I have to do. So much, I wish I didn't have to do this. I wish I was just outside right now. I wish, I wish I was getting paid more. Daily. That's a daily conversation. And the thing is, 99% of those people aren't going to do anything about it. 99% of those people are going to keep complaining, keep the same problems, and not try and change because they don't want to, because they're happy complaining about it. Like, this is deep, shadowy stuff. It's like, why do people love holding on to their problems? Why do people love complaining about their problems? It's just an unconscious thing. It's pretty common, and yeah, you can change it. It's super easy to change once you have the tools. And listening to something like this is actually the first step. So yay. Celebrate yourself right now for actually opening your mind to the possibility of more, to the possibility of change. Like, this is where it happens. So, yeah. It's so awesome. And, like, in my reality right now, the people in my life and who I choose to be around, and this is the kind of, like, you choose what table you sit on, right? This can be a whole nother conversation. So you get to choose what people you're around. Money is a normal topic of conversation in my world. We speak about how much we earned, how much we have to pay for things, all of that stuff. And it's super normal. And it feels great to talk about it because it's so full of love. Like, it's so full of love. And if you're around people right now that shut down when you speak about it and you want to speak about it, start by finding communities where you can talk about it. Join my free private Facebook group where you can actually join with a group of like-minded humans and jump in and chat about all of these things that you want to talk about. Ask for advice, ask for community, ask for just connection, where you can have these these conversations that bring you up, right? That uplift you to be that next best version of you. Remove the shame around money. It is such a big, big, big part of every single one of our lives. Like every single one of our lives, it is such connection point. If you really think about it, like we all have this common denominator, this common factor that connects us all. It's an exchange that we use to give each other for services. It's a thank you that we give to each other of appreciation, to show love on birthdays. Like we give tips of gratitude when someone's done a great job. You know, paying someone rent, paying someone to live in a home. All of these things are such, it's like if you bring a different energy towards it, everything will change. Everything will change. And this is the purpose of this podcast. So I'm super excited that you're on here listening. And the episodes that are coming are going to be like this and so much more expansive as well. Each week we'll go into a different topic. And if you want anything spoken about specifically, please send me a DM. Drop into my DMs on Instagram, Jessica Marie Masion. And like literally message me what you want to hear. And we can chat about it, because this is an opportunity for you to create more wealth than you've ever imagined. Like this is the opportunity where you get to change everything. Like I literally just had the vision, like you get to open the blinds and see the sunshine that's been behind the blinds the whole entire time. And you get to open yourself up to a world so much more beautiful than you could ever imagine. And let me tell you right now that if you change your intention, if you change and remove the shame around this one topic, it will catapult and affect every single other aspect of your life. Guaranteed. Because like I said earlier, remember, money is behind everything. And that is the most beautiful thing ever. And it is how you choose. It's how you choose this relationship that will change. It will change you. Right? It's all subjective. It's all in your mind. And you can, again, like keep choosing to have your problems, to keep choosing to create the hate and uncertainty and shame around it. Or you can, take the steps to create change. Like if you're listening to this right now and you are just thinking like, fuck, I've got no idea. I don't even know how to budget. I don't even know what my expenses are. I wouldn't even know how to have a relationship with it, let alone start to respect it. You're in the right space. Start by taking the training, the 3-day training that I've got. Like just go to my bio. Like take the first steps. Like, I can't remember how many times do I say it. That's where actually the change is. And then you will take the second step, and the next step, and the next step. And that's where the magic is. That's where it all lies. And it's actually not as complicated as you think, which I love that I get to break it down in this and give you the opportunity to have that hope for yourself. To have that hope in you to step forward and create. To step forward and create for yourself. Like this is the moment where you get to change everything, if you allow it to. Like use this as a moment for you to go, you know what, I can take back control. I can change everything. Literally. Like if you've done something one way up until now, it doesn't mean you need to continue doing that forever. Bringing awareness to the fact that it actually isn't serving you is what will change your entire future. So first you bring awareness to it, then you create the change, and then you get to enjoy the change. And so it's like those first few steps that people get lost and confused and they don't know how to begin or where to start or where to stop, and that's where I come in. That's where you get to plug into your resources. I totally forgot as well to mention the abundance codes. I've got a 6 weeks course coming up, and you can buy the modules still your own time. So it's a self-paced course, and the first one will be live. So this is where you get to be the change, create the change, and embody all of these things in your own self. Like, it's, oh my God, to have the tools to know that you can change everything, to remove the taboo around it, to go, actually, I don't need to keep playing the societal game that they've been playing. That discomfort and complicatedness of money, of a currency that actually exists worldwide in every single person. Every single person. And so I want to leave you with this. Start by having the conversations with those around you. If somebody is feeling uncomfortable and awkward around you bringing up money, around you talking about money, can you start by opening yourself? Like, seriously, look at it like it's a relationship. Look at it like it's a relationship. And if your partner were being really close to you, what would you do? You'd hopefully open more to allow them to open. So this is where we get to change. And you see, it's not just changing in yourself, it's changing in everyone around you. And this is what is going to create the change globally. Through this openness and appreciation for this energy that does exist everywhere. Through honouring it, to removing the shame. Like, to moving forward in love in this beautiful creation. Like, yeah, that's actually what it is. You can choose to be its enemy, or you can choose to be its friend. It's actually all a choice. And so I'd love for you to take this practice into your own life. Like, start talking about it. Message me. Like, let's talk about it. Start by changing the story, changing your relationship with it. Because this is actually what it's about. And I do speak into how to manifest, how to create. Because you can. It's really easy. I can teach you the tools. And the first step is actually this. The first step is loving it. And I know I felt that in some of you just then, where you're like, oh, how do I love money? You can. You really can. You can love anything. You just need to remove all of those old beliefs and programs that are in your head telling you that you can't or that you shouldn't. So from this space, like, literally, I'm declaring it. Money is not a taboo subject. Money is something that we get to speak about openly and lovingly. And it is an opportunity for us to look at ourselves, first and foremost, to be the change. This is why I'm here to speak about this, because it is not just money. It's actually about everything. It's actually about everything. How exciting is that? So in this podcast, yeah, you're going to be excellent at talking about money, about making money, about creating money. And you get to know yourself better as well. You get to be a better version of you. That best version of you. In all areas of your life. And it makes everything more easy. And I know you can imagine that. I can see it too. Like, just picture it. Hold that frame. And bring that into your life. Send me a DM. Options are available for you to take that first step. The first step is awareness, which you've just seen. Next step is taking action. How freaking exciting. Next week's episode is going to be amazing. And I will have some incredible guests and a whole new style of podcast episodes coming up. I know, I'm so excited about this. I told you in the last episode that things are going to look a bit different. And things move fast in my world. So buckle up. It's about to go great. Alright, I'll see you next time. And don't forget, if you loved this episode, I would love it for you to leave a review, a rating, send me a message with what you got out of it, and share it to a friend. Okay, we'll see you next week.